Hello everyone. Today I will be talking about some requirements to mount a NFS v4.1 volume from a network perspective. To successfully mount a NFS version 4.1 volume, you must use a supported Azure NetApp files network topology and allow port 2049 on any network security groups and/or firewalls. Consider this scenario. A prompt engineer wants to mount an NFS version 4.1 volume on a Linux VM Lin01. The Linux virtual machine and the Microsoft.NetApp delegated subnet are in the same virtual network. Therefore, the network topology is a local VNet topology. The topology is supported for Azure NetApp files volume connectivity. However, both subnets within the virtual network have network security groups attached to them. The VM has a firewall configured. Both the firewall and the NSGs must allow NFS traffic on port 2049 to successfully mount. If NFS traffic is blocked, then mount timeouts or hanging mount commands are expected. The engineer could not mount, attempts were timing out. Let's put this concept into practice. First, I will attempt to mount the NFS version 4.1 volume on the Linux VM. The mount command hangs. I will Control-C out of the command. Depending on your timeout thresholds, your command would eventually time out and you will encounter an NFS mount timeout error as such. Now, let's test our network topology and verify we have proper network connectivity for NFS version 4.1 traffic, specifically port 2049. In Azure we have one VNet and two subnets, one belonging to the Linux host we are attempting to mount on, and one belongs to the Microsoft.NetApp subnet. They both have network security groups. Let's check if port 2049 is allowed or denied. I have a script that will run the checks. Once the script has run, here you can see that port 2049 is not being blocked anywhere in the VM's NSG. Allow 2049 is a higher priority than any deny or the lack thereof. Therefore, the VM's NSG is not the blocker. Moving on to the Microsoft.NetApp delegated subnet. I will run the script to check for the NSG of the delegated subnet. Here you can see that port 2049 is not being blocked anywhere in the delegated subnet's NSG. Allow 2049 is a higher priority than any deny of 2049 or the lack thereof. So the Microsoft.NetApp NSG is not the blocker. Looking back at our network diagram, there is a firewall configured on the Linux VM. We will now check the firewall configs. I will run a script to check if the host is allowing NFS version 4.1 traffic through the firewall. The script has run, and as you can see from the firewall status of port 2049 displays that the port NFS v4.1 traffic is blocked by the firewall. This is our issue. Solution. If your security posture mandates the configuration of a firewall, then the firewall must allow NFS traffic on port 2049 for successful NFS version 4.1 mounting. Solution 2 is disable the firewall. However, the prompt engineer cannot disable the firewall per security protocol. I will run a script to enable port 2049 on the firewall. As you can see from the output, the firewall is now allowing NFS traffic on port 2049. I can now attempt another volume mount. I will run a script to mount and verify mount. As you can see from the output, the volume mount succeeded with no errors, and we verified that by running the df-h command to show that the volume was mounted. For more information on NFS v4.1 mounting requirements, see links in the description.